If that's what Cotton called him, then I'll stay with that.
Go with the dirt worker?
That's the coach. He's one of my heroes, I'll tell you. A great, great coach.
For many of us as well. Into the lane, Sergio Rodríguez. A blocking foul will send Sergio to the line. So how are they working this point guard rotation with Sergio Rodríguez, obviously Tyreek Evans, and Beno Udrih?
Well, really, when Sergio, or of course, Beno is very much like Dragic. He can play as a lead guard or off the ball very, very comfortably. It doesn't make a difference. Now with Sergio, when he's on the floor with a Tyreek, then Tyreek does go off the ball. In general, Beno will play with Tyreek, and he'll play as a two-guard, quite honestly, because he's an excellent shooter and scorer.
You know, the big question, too, swirling around Sacramento is how will Kevin Martin coexist with Tyreek Evans? And since Kevin Martin has returned and followed the backcourt on Sergio Rodríguez, but the Kings are, what, 1-10, I think, since Kevin Martin returned from that fractured wrist?
Yeah, Kevin really hasn't found his offensive game yet, and I think, I don't think it has anything to do with Tyreek because, he's averaging 30 before he got hurt playing with Tyreek. So I think it's more of a case of just Tyreek of Kevin finding his way, and I think coming off a wrist injury is always a little difficult for a shooter to adjust, and I think that's exactly what's happened with Kevin.
And now he's dealing with a similar situation that Amari Stoudemire is as well. A lot of trade rumors leading up to the trading deadline. At the cut, follow slam by Spencer Hawes. That was an impressive move.
Well, Spencer's really been playing well of late, and I think getting more minutes. Coach Westfall's a little more confident. You see as Edmondson comes over to help, that leaves a clear path for Spencer to come in there, and of course the dribble penetration by
going again under Alvin Gentry here with the Suns.
Yeah, I think that Jason's one of those guys as the year goes and you get in, he'll get just better and better. He's just too good a player. He's been a little slump in my mind, but he's too good a player to struggle like he has.
A lot of confusion on this jump ball. Alvin Gentry not happy with the officiating crew right now. And they wanted Amari to jump it off, and now they're going to give a technical. Who did they just tee up? Was it Hawes? No, it's Nocioni. Anders Nocioni is the one who just received the technical. Earlier it was Paul Westphal, and now the second against the Kings here in the first half.
Well, it's pretty clear that the Suns are picking on the Kings, if you ask me. So we're going to have to
keep an eye on Nocioni as they're getting ready for that jump ball. Oh, nice little elbow to the gut by Noach.
Yeah,
and then he's surprised.
Noach would be surprised.
They call him the Red Bull in Chicago. Instant energy and intensity. Jason Richardson, free for three. Absolutely for Jay Rich.
And that is Jay Rich that we used to know and not necessarily love.
Udrih giving Steve Nash all sorts of problems with his quick hands. Suns have only turned it over 5 times in the first half. Limiting turnovers, essential for Gentry and the Suns. Steve Nash from far away, lugging it once again.
He knew that was in. I mean, after he shot it, he just backed up.
Nash has 20 points here in the first half. The Suns now nailing 6 3-pointers in the first 2 quarters. Final 10 seconds. Tyreek Evans pulls it back. Defended by Grant Hill. Spins, nowhere to go. The shot at the buzzer would have counted. Alvin Gentry thought it was a travel as well on Tyreek Evans. He storms to the Suns locker room. Shot straight little strong, tipping Lou Amundsen. Then it goes over to Dante Green. He hands it off to Sergio Rodríguez, initially drafted by the Phoenix Suns, and then that pick was sold to Portland. Shoots over the top of Goran Dragic.
Scored at the other rim, right?
Yeah.
That was one of the most selfish moves I've ever seen.
He'll forever go down in history for that move. Playing now for the Clippers, who are making changes. Mike Dunleavy has left his post
on this team. Then with Evans up at 2 guard and maybe Martin wanting to come off the bench.
It didn't help him last year to have just 17 wins and the best chance at the #1 selection, and Blake Griffin wound up with the 4th overall pick and Tyreek Evans. But at this rate, the Kings, who have dropped 18 of their past 21, 7 of 21 from behind the arc. Pull up Jay, Channing Frye, straight from a little short and jerked out of there by Dante Green. 176, Suns still in control. Hard foul and the hoop for Sean May. Bludgeoned by Lou Amundsen, but you see the strength.
This doesn't happen.
So here's what they're hoping for, though, with Spencer Hawes and Jason Thompson and a couple of bigs that, they, along with Tyreek Evans, and 40 points against Phoenix in Las Vegas. Stoudemire, little shimmy shake on Brockman. Nowhere to go. Onto the pack comes Sergio Rodríguez to a leaping Dante Green.
He is, you always love to see a guy that doesn't quit, but let's be honest. The reason he's not quitting is because he sees a huge game offensively. He's playing within the game. He doesn't even think what the score is now. He is just in a serious rhythm, and he is having a big time. He already has the DVR set.
In the first quarter, Eddie, he still has 10 points and 7 rebounds.
That's fine.
That's all right.
Points aren't the issue with him. And if he understands that, then he'll play a lot of minutes. Who cares? That's not his job. His job is to clean up offensive opportunities and defend and take the gravy when it comes to you. He'll never have a consistent scoring effort during the course of 48 minutes.
Eddie, plus he sets the tone in that first quarter for the Suns, who scored 39 points and led by 15. Game over, really. Grant Hill inside looking for either Lopez or Dragic.
You would think one of them would have caught the ball.
Oh, he threw it behind both guys. At the other end, Omri Caspi puts it down.
This game is going to look a lot closer than what it was. I mean, the Suns dominated this game from start to finish. Yeah, they got to within 10, but they added 7 back in a hurry. A quality effort again from this team. A fantastic road trip. And all of a sudden, this team is 10 games over 500.
And you saw that graphic, too. Last time the Suns swept a road trip of at least 4 games. You have to go all the way back to December of 2006. And hold on, this one may not be over just yet.
Well, Hilton Armstrong being silly. I mean, the clock is running down. Let the clock go down. He tries to steal the basketball. I guess he needs a stack. Maybe he has a bonus for steals.
Well, finally, down go the Kings here in Sacramento. Amari Stoudemire, 30 points and 9 rebounds for Phoenix. Nash, another double-double, 23 and 10.